A dreary morning, figuratively and literally, took a surprisingly bright turn just after 10 a.m. when the University of North Carolina became one of the few schools to ever go to battle with NCAA and live to tell about it. And there was plenty to tell on Friday night as the Tar Heels unveiled their 7th national championship banner at late night with Roy introducing a men's basketball team capable of making another Final Four run behind familiar faces Joel Berry and Theo Pinson. Fans packed the Smith Center to the rafters, with one taking home prizes for setting up camp on the sidewalk on Thursday evening at 5 p.m. A host of others took their spots in line well before the news came down that the athletics program had been absolved, concluding a years-long investigation that affected recruiting and morale in the basketball program and elsewhere. There was no sign of that on Friday night, as crowd got revved up when it welcomed women's basketball coach Sylvia Hatchell, whose program was at one point in the NCAA's crosshairs and then exploded when Roy Williams rose from the bench after a long list of accolades. Williams didn't speak on Friday night because he didn't need to say a word. After critics knocked him for winning the 2005 championship with players he didn't recruit and taking the 2009 championship with an overwhelming amount of talent that he didn't need to coach, the 2017 title put those narratives to rest. Through what he called the mess, Williams insisted Carolina and his program would come out unscathed. Finally vindicated on the court and off, Williams smiled and held his newborn grandson as his team began an intra-squad scrimmage on the floor behind him, waving to the crowd and sitting with family. Maybe because he hasn't unnecessarily held on to timeouts yet this season, or maybe because a third national championship has a way of changing minds, it sounded like his former critics were cheering too. Meanwhile on the court, the Tar Heels showed that despite losing their starting frontcourt and ACC Player of the Year Justin Jackson, they'll yet again be a force to be reckoned with.